In today's episode, we are going to be talking all about how to stress less. I actually have no idea. So I was hoping you could tell me. Okay, no, I'm kidding. I'm going to share 5 steps to stress less. But I will give this caveat that I'm not talking about being less anxious, because I still need to work on that. But this is about how do we stress less. One of the most unexpected gifts for me of getting organized was how much chiller I am about everything in life. I actually became a lot less anal. And it allowed me to become less of a perfectionist. I knew that getting organized was going to make my life easier, but I didn't think that it would fundamentally change how I am in this world. I have a very chill husband, and he's this amazing blend of being super on top of everything. He's very punctual. He's just like chill. And while I am not that, I am a lot less uptight than I used to be. I've always been fun in some ways, but I was just stressed all the time. So I want to share some steps for you to help you become less stressed. Now, let's talk very briefly about the difference between stress and anxiety. So according to the APA, people under stress experience mental and physical symptoms such as irritability, anger, fatigue, even muscle pain, digestive troubles, difficulty sleeping. So if any of that sounds like you're probably stressed, friend. Now, anxiety, on the other hand, is defined by persistent, excessive worries that don't go away even in the absence of a stressor. So I was blessed with both, and I have really been working on the stress piece of it and made incredible progress. I've also been working on the anxiety piece of it with a professional, and I'd say the progress is less obvious. It's a slower road, friend, but we will get there. You can change. So we're talking about stress. And I know stress and anxiety feel like they are so deeply entwined. So for the duration of this podcast, let's really try to sort of tease them apart a little bit, because I don't want to set you up for unrealistic expectations. But on the flip side, if you are suffering from stress and anxiety, I do want you to know that there are steps you can take so that you can feel significantly less stressed. That's hard to say. So that you can feel significantly less stressed, because I want you to enjoy your life. So my closest friends have noticed a change in me, and they really can feel a palpable difference. I know my kids see it. I know I see it. And I share that because I want you to know you can change. You absolutely can change. If you feel like you are plagued by stress and you are not the person you want to be, you can change. So how do you do it? I'm going to share 5 steps with you. The first step is to accept that the stress won't magically go away. Life doesn't naturally get less stressful. You have to decide that you don't want to waste your life away being stressed. And I think I used to be caught up in the cycle of like, but when life gets less stressful, when the kids get older, when we're more settled, when this, when that, then life will be less stressful. Ha 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 ha, friends. No, it doesn't happen. And in many ways, life gets more stressful. You know, they say with kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. Oh, Lordy, is that true? So life is not going to magically get less stressful. And that feels really sad to hear, because we just want to think like, okay, the time will come. But on the flip side, it actually can feel really empowering and encouraging, because it means you have the power to change things. Like you have to take that power back. You have to be the one to change things because it's not going to change without your deliberate effort. So step 1, accept that it won't magically go away. Step 2, you know what's coming, friends. Get organized. Get organized. Just do it. Get under control all the things in your life that you can control. That is the magic. You become so much more equipped to handle everything else that comes your way. And there are 3 more steps that I'm going to get into, but there is no way that I would have become more chill, more laid back, more fun, less stressed if I didn't get organized. You have to do the work. You have to eliminate the pain points. You have to systematize your life. You have to get your family on board. And I cannot stress this enough. Doors to my membership are not open. You cannot get in again until January of 2025. So I am not telling you this to sell you on anything. There's nothing for you to buy when it comes to getting organized right now in my world. I am telling you this because it will change your life and it will cost you nothing to do it. It will cost you some time, but you are already wasting time being stressed. So I cannot tell you enough how important this piece of it is. You have to get organized. That is the magic. But when you do, you will realize, and this is step number 3, that perfection is a myth. There is no such thing as perfection. That needs to not be the goal anymore. Never, ever, ever again. For those of us who considered ourselves perfectionists, we were perfectionists. It helped us at one point in our life become high achievers. We can say, thank you so much to my perfectionism. You helped me get very far, but now I'm an adult. I don't need you anymore. It's not helpful. And here is the thing that is so beautiful. It's been such a beautiful realization from this process for me is that the messiness of life is so fun. I would not have been able to hear that before. The messiness of life is so fun as long as your house isn't messy. If your house is neat and tidy and organized and your life is organized, the messiness that comes from life, the unpredictability, the spontaneity, that is so fun. But we can't enjoy it when we are so bogged down in stress, when we are so burdened by a messy house. So getting organized makes you really, truly embrace this idea that perfection isn't even fun. It's not even the goal anymore. And really that messiness is what is so beautiful. All right. Step number 4. And this is also a piece of advice for those of us that suffer from anxiety, not just stress, but this has been super helpful. Accept that you can't anticipate everything bad that will happen. It is not your job to try and think through every possible worst case scenario and plan for it. It's not your job because it's not possible. And what served you in the past with regards to this is destroying today's happiness. And I don't want that for you. I want you to be happy. I want you to feel the lightness. I want you to feel joy. You cannot anticipate everything bad that will happen. You cannot control it. You can make great choices. You can build a beautiful life. You can do wonderful things. It doesn't mean that bad things aren't going to happen. They will. But because you have taken an honest look at your life, because you've gotten organized, because you're not trying to be perfect, you'll be okay. You will be able to handle anything that comes your way, even those unanticipated things. And step 5 is let it be easy. And hopefully you've had the pleasure of listening to my podcast episode with the incredible Susie Moore, where we go in depth into this idea of let it be easy. But if you're in a stressful situation, if you have to make a hard decision, you can literally ask yourself, how can I let it be easy? What would it look like in this situation? I do this all the time. And just asking yourself that question makes you take a deep breath and feel like, okay, all right, there could be an easy choice here. There could be an easy way to go about this. I can actually let it be easy. I'm letting it be stressful. Why can't I let it be easy? You have the choice. So I've got a challenge for you, which is give it a try. Experiment with going through life this way and see how it goes. If you hate it, you can always go back to your old ways. You've got nothing to lose. Why not give it a try? And know this, stress will creep up on you, even with these 5 steps and these tools. But now you have the tools and you've experienced a better way to be, so you don't have to live in that valley of stress. You can come back up to a peak. You may find yourself back there. That's okay. No shame, no beating ourselves up. But how can we get ourselves back up again? It really is possible, friends, to stress less. So let's recap these steps. We're going to accept that the stress won't magically go away. We are going to get organized. We're going to realize that perfection is a myth. We're going to accept that we can't anticipate everything bad that will happen. And step number 5, let it be easy. You can do this, friend. I really want you to feel good. And those of us that are grappling with true anxiety or depression or other mental health issues, those require getting some professional help. But those of us who are dealing with stress, maybe on top of those issues, or maybe we're just dealing with stress, this really will change your life if you put it into action. So to get you started with taking some action steps on this, I want to give you my Sunday Reset Kickstarter list, because as you are hopefully convinced by now, getting organized is going to be the thing that makes all of this so much easier. And a great way to get started is with my Sunday Reset. But a great way to get started with the Sunday Reset is my Kickstarter list. It's 3 very simple things you can do any Sunday that will just set your week up for success and make life feel easier. Anyone can do it. So I'm going to put a link to that in the show notes, or you can go to my website, gridandglam.com/Sunday Reset. Again, if you have no idea what I just said, go to the show notes, click on the link there and get my Kickstarter list. I really want you to feel good, friend. And I will be so curious to hear how these 5 steps to stress less work for you. So I always love hearing from you. Shoot me a DM and let me know what worked for you. And I will be back in your ears next week. Have a great one.